ever smiled at people during the day, but cried just to sleep at night? Imagine trying to stay afloat in the middle of a stormy ocean. The waves keep crashing over your head. You struggle to breathe, fight to stay above the water. But no matter how hard you try, you feel yourself sinking deeper and deeper. For many teenagers, that ocean is called stress. Stress is often invisible. Unlike a broken arm or a bruise on your forehead, nobody can see it. Yet, it can hurt just as much. It hides behind good grades, social media posts, cheerful smiles, and even laughter. Many teenagers carry burdens that others know nothing about. For a long time, I felt like I was drowning. Every day seemed like a race I could never win. There were assignments to complete, exams to prepare for, expectations to meet, friendships to maintain, and endless comparisons on social media. Everywhere I looked, someone seemed smarter, more talented, more successful, or even more popular than I was. I started believing I wasn't enough. I worried about my future, worried about disappointing my parents, worried about failing. I worried about things that had not even happened. My mind became a battlefield where fear and pressure fought every single day. The strange thing about stress is that it doesn't arrive all at once. It creeps in quietly. One late night becomes many late nights. One bad day becomes several bad weeks. One moment of worry becomes constant anxiety. Before I knew it, I was exhausted. I was sleeping less and thinking more. I was working harder, but enjoying life less. I was surrounded by people, yet I felt completely alone. Have you ever felt that way? Have you ever felt as though everyone else had everything figured out, while you were still struggling just to keep your head above water? If you have, then you are not alone. One day, I reached a point where I could no longer pretend everything was fine. I realized something important. I couldn't keep living as though my worth depended on my performance. That realization changed everything. Instead of trying to handle every situation by myself, I decided to speak up. At first, it was difficult. I thought asking for help would make me look weak. I thought people would judge me. I thought I needed to solve every problem on my own. But when I finally opened up to someone I trusted, I discovered something surprising. The weight I had been carrying alone became lighter when it was shared. Sharing my problems didn't solve everything overnight, but it gave me something I desperately needed: perspective. Strength is not pretending to be okay. Strength is having courage to admit when you're not. I also began making small changes. I stopped measuring my life against the highlight reels I saw online. I started taking breaks without feeling guilty. I learned that rest is not laziness. It is necessary. I also made time for things that brought me joy. Reading, listening to music, spending time with family and friends, and simply just being present in the moment. Slowly, I began to breathe again. Slowly, the water that once seemed determined to pull me under became calmer. Slowly, I stopped surviving and started living. One of the biggest lessons I learned is that stress often comes from trying to control everything. But life doesn't work that way. We cannot control every exam result. We cannot control what others think about us. We cannot control every challenge that comes our way. What we can control is how we respond. We can choose resilience over fear, growth over comparison, hope over despair, and most importantly, we can choose to ask for help when we need it. So to every teenager listening today, I want you to hear this. You do not have to be perfect. You do not have to carry every burden alone. You do not have to have your entire future figured out. Life is not a competition to see who can suffer silently the longest. It is a journey meant to be lived, learned from, and enjoyed. There will be difficult days. There will be setbacks. There will be moments where you feel overwhelmed. But those moments do not define you. They are chapters in your story, not the entire book. Today, I'm not standing here as someone who has solved every problem. I still face challenges. I still experience stress. But now, I know the difference between drowning and swimming. The difference is not the absence of waves. The difference is learning how to navigate them. So whenever stress threatens to pull you under, remember this. Talk to someone. Take care of yourself. Be kind to yourself. And never forget that your value is not determined by your grades, your popularity, your appearance, or someone else's opinion of you. Your value comes from who you are. Thank you.